What's going on, everybody? Wilson here, your spiritual hype man. Super happy to be back, and I'm excited to talk about this episode. Hope everybody's doing great, and if you're not, just remember it's the thoughts in our head, and nothing else matters. How's that? A little bit of light there, huh? A little action. Okay, so just remember if you are wanting to watch the videos, or you're a YouTube person as well, feel free to share the videos. We are at NCUID. Got video coming up. We got a couple other guest speakers coming up. Andy Clark is going to be a really good one, where we talk about life, near-death experiences, falling out of love, how to communicate that with your partner. Is really, really good. So make sure you pay attention to that one. That one's coming up shortly. But on today's episode, for any new listeners, just remember nothing changes until you do. That's thoughts, influence, emotion, action, decision, outcome, right? So influence creates thoughts, thoughts create emotion, emotion drive these actions, these decisions, and that brings us to our outcomes. And that ultimately, over a long period of time, is life. And so really we got to get good at a couple things. One, identifying when we're not happy, when we don't have the feelings that we want to feel inside, and that feeling of feeling loved, feeling accepted, just feeling good about what we're doing. Then we need to figure out what is causing it. What is that? And how do we fix it? How do we adjust the decision so that way when the situation happens again, we make a different decision, and then we get a different outcome, and then we get a different feeling, and then ultimately change the trajectory of our lives. What is this? My butt. Get rid of this. Okay, so for this episode, though, I want to touch base on something that happened. Okay, so man, I got a lot going on. Yes, you can tell my brain is working at 1,000 miles an hour. I need to breathe. Okay. A lot of things going on. So I would say most recently, keeping track of like my vitals and stuff like that. It says it's like, hey, you're definitely under some sort of stress, because my vitals have been a little jacked up compared to like when I'm optimal and not stressing out. Yeah. So like I had a strain day of like almost 19 under the Whoop things, which means that like my heart rate was really accelerated throughout like 2-3 hours of my day, or like whatever it was in terms of how it does its calculations. And I didn't even do anything. Like I didn't go outside. I didn't run. It was equal to the strain of me going out and playing soccer on Sunday or Wednesday nights or Thursdays. I was like, holy shit. So, it goes to show you that like mental strain or mental, so both on both aspects of like mental strain or mental, enlightenment or relaxation is huge in regards to how that affects your body. Both your, like all your systems, right? So like your respiratory system, your circulatory system, because like it just proved it to me. Like Whoop was like, dude, if you're not working out and and you're at this strain level, you're fucking, you're going through some shit. So figure it out, man. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to figure it out. And it's weird. It's just weird to me, because I feel like what it is just so many years of being trained this way of like fight or flight. And I've talked about this before. I've summed it up to like, just that is my automatic response. Even if things are going well, and not that they're not, it's just more of like, I keep focusing on how do I get better, and how do I get to that level that I really want to get to, right? Like, how do we can get to our next level of accomplishment? And then sometimes, you have your learning points or your learning situations where you think it's going to go some way and it doesn't, and all of a sudden it fucks you up, and emotionally you're like, why can't it just go my fucking way just once? And it's funny because like it does, right? Like it goes your way more than once, but like in those moments, it's like you have these expectations of like moving forward, and I'm moving and grooving, whatever that is, whether it's relationship, business, etc. And then all of a sudden something just fucking pulls you back, and you're like, fuck. And so that's sort of what happened to me, and I think that's been happening this week. Now, the more and more I reflect on it, I understand that it's part of growth. Right, it's part of the situations that you haven't been part of, or a situation that you have been part of, but you keep doing the wrong thing, and you're like, okay, I don't want to fucking feel this way anymore. So I need to figure out a way to start doing things different. But I think an important part of it is the reflection part, and that's this part. So like, yesterday, well, these last couple days, I felt pretty like up and down, up and down, up and down. Like my strain level was fucking high. I'm just like, I'm in between like, what the fuck does this all mean? Who cares? Versus like, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Go get it. Go get your fucking, go hit that goal that you want to hit, Wilson, and stop being a bitch. So I'm between being a bitch and stop being a bitch sort of thing. And that's what's happening, right? So like for me, I'm really just working on one, identifying why I'm feeling this way. Two, acknowledging that the fact that like some things they're not going to go as planned, obviously. And that some of these situations are moments that if we do the right reflection, that it helps move you forward, right? It helps move you forward, get you better in terms of the direction that you're going, that you're moving towards. And so those are the things that are settling me down and, are, just helping me woosah and not be a bitch, basically. Okay. And so here's what happened. Here's the two things that like specific things that I'm sort of dealing with, or I had to deal with. The first point being is speak your truth, speak your mind. Especially if there's something that you want to say and for some reason you don't fucking say it. So the point was I was in a meeting, a particular potential client I met a while back. We connected because I had made a potential offer to him a while back. I brought somebody in that was partnering with. He had another person that was potentially also bidding on the project. And unfortunately, they didn't go with us, right? They were like, hey, man, I just want to be honest with you. It's nothing with you. I've worked with the previous partner before. I worked with this young kid. I'm going to give this young kid a try, et cetera, et cetera. So somebody else, they gave that kid the opportunity. He did great, knocked it out the park. The potential client stayed in contact with me, called me back, and was like, look, it's not you. I appreciate you. I like your energy. I like everything about you. I think later on we can definitely work on something, right? I told him, look, I'm good at creative direction. I'm good at providing where your vision needs to go, and I can fucking be the co-pilot on that and make sure that we land there. And the things that I can offer, like in terms of the services that I can offer them in between. But I'm going to give you the vision. I'm going to give you the roadmap, and some of the things that we can do, we'll do here in-house. If not, then we can vet, and I can vet those people for you and make sure that everybody's aligned. That's what I'm doing, right? And that's what maybe I didn't say it in that way about a year ago, but again, they called back and they were like, hey, I think this is the right time. Here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to expand. We're trying to tell the story. We're trying to show our vision to people, and we're really trying to get it right. And so I had a great call with him and his partner, his employee, team member, Maria. He had to go, right? Like it was almost like it was an hour call. He had to go within 40 minutes. And then we had the last 20 minutes with Maria. And like literally I helped them set up their next 30 days for a campaign that they're running upcoming. And for me, again, a campaign is more of like they're telling their vision, they're telling their story in a way that is getting to the people that need to hear it. And then from there, they're taking action. So it was an exciting call. It was awesome. Like, this is exactly what I like. This is what I love to work on, like with people, with projects, creativity, and then being able to see somebody's vision, add to that vision, and then get them to get them to that location, right? Get them to that place. And so I said, yeah, I'll send you a proposal. I'll send you scope of work, cost investment. They were like, okay, no problem. And then they hit me with an email and there's like, hey, we just want to do a follow-up call, ask a couple more questions. And this is something that I've been getting more and more recently, is just like, hey, what are my deliverables as far as like, what am I getting? And so in the meeting, I didn't like, there was a moment where I was like, I just wanted to be like, what do you mean? What are you getting? Like, just go back to the meeting, the last 30 minutes of the meeting, and just take a fucking look, like, and take a listen, because there was excitement at the end of that meeting. There was a refound excitement to work and move forward and get this fucking project moving and grooving from Maria. Like, she even said it. She's like, I'm super fucking excited. Like, there was a feeling that I brought. And of course, for people that are like, oh yeah, well, I got to fucking see my financial ROI. I definitely understand that for sure. What I'm working through is figuring out a way to compute, or like to tangibly put together what this feeling is, the excitement, obviously the vision, some of these some of these things too. Like obviously there'll be some video editing, some renditions, some feedback on like the brand because they want to go national. You know what I can bring to the table as far as that. So that's what I wanted to say, you know, in the meeting, but I didn't. I just sort of was like, I reverted back to like, you know, fight or flight, and it was just more of like, oh yeah, no, but sure, you know, it's this and whatever we need, and you know, sort of trying to sell myself on like, pick me kind of thing, and it just landed like it didn't land. At the end of the meeting, I was like, I don't think that went well at all, like at all. And then so that was the rest of the day. Like I felt that way for the rest of the day. And it was just fucking lingering, and it was lingering and lingering and lingering. And it was just, I was like, you know, in the moment, sure, but I wasn't in the moment because like things were still like, especially that was still in the back of my head. And so I went to bed with that same fucking feeling, working on my nighttime routine. And that's one of the things that I've been working on, you know, more and more. And I keep fucking talking about it. As far as like calming the fucking brain down, maybe a little more breath work, some stretching, and then actually being in bed by a certain time and just like close my eyes instead of, you know, talking to chat for a while, hanging out with Patty, watching Netflix or whatever the fuck we're watching, sleeping on the couch, waking up and going to bed. So that's on me. Got to work on that for sure. But I woke up with it and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to text the guy and just let him know my thoughts. Because it was completely bothering me, and I knew it was just affecting me my whole day and my thoughts, my attitude, and everything else. So I woke up and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking text him. So I ended up texting. I was like, hey, just a FYI, you know, as far as tangibles and you know what you would get, and that basically is what I said. What I had just spoke on was just go back to the video. Go back to the video, you know, whatever we need to do. I can't promise you how many revisions. I can't promise you how many scripts. I can't promise you how many videos. Because like, what if we knock it out of the park in one video? Or, you know, if it takes 2 or 3 videos and we, you know, 2 or 3 videos, 2 or 3 revisions, whatever the case is. But I'm here to help guide that vision in terms of what your vision is to where it needs to get to, and all the things in between. That's what I'm great at. And so that's it. So he texted me back. He was like, look, I'm not ignoring this email. I was like, yeah, no worries. I didn't think you would. I just want to let you know what I thought. Still haven't heard from them. So we'll see how that goes. But again, it helped at least take that additional, like, it's almost like someone kicking you in the back of the head constantly for the rest of the day, you know, holding on to that shit. So that helped me get rid of that kicking back of the head feeling. And so we'll see how it goes. Well, I'll keep you updated on that. But, you know, really, if it's something that you're going through or something like that resonates with you or something similar, if there's moments in time that internally like your intuition or like inside of you're like, all right, bitch, this is where you need to fucking say some shit and say it in a manner that makes sense. Like, fucking do it, you know, do it. Like I would say, don't wait, you know, but do whatever you want. You know, you can wait, you can not wait, don't fucking do it or whatnot. But what I'm saying, for me, it felt better when I did it. It felt better the following day when I approached the individual and I sent a text, just really being able to say what I wanted to say. And so moving forward, that's something I'm going to continue to work on, using my voice, using my, you know, intuition to really just fucking hammer it home. And look, and if it doesn't align with the person and the project doesn't go through, then the project doesn't go through. That, like, that's, you get better from that situation. You obviously have your moment of reflection, and then you move forward, and then you just keep crushing it. So easier said than done. Definitely better to say it out loud. Definitely better to share it with you and have some sort of support system out there. And again, if it's something that you're dealing with, I would just encourage you to say it. I would encourage you to practice it. And I would encourage you, if it's something that you wanted to say previously and you still in the back of your head resonates with you now hearing this, like, go ahead and text the person, go ahead and send them, you know, call the person, send a voicemail, whatever it is. And again, the last thing I would say with that is just also, before you send it, and if it's emotionally charged, just de-emotionally charge it a little bit and just ask yourself before you send it, is it on the side of respect? You know, is it a respectable side of things in terms of what I wanted to say? Because maybe you may want to say something about a situation or an issue or something like that. Remember, it's always best to reflect, take some time to, like, take that emotional sting out, because I can be very good at that. If I really needed to, at times I can be very, very good at, like, just hitting you kind of where it hurts in a way that's like, damn. But again, it like, there's a certain balance to that, right? Like certain times you want to say it in a way that's directive, still respectful, but also hits home in a certain way where it's like, okay, yeah, that makes total sense, and maybe I was the other person was in the wrong, or vice versa, or et cetera. But first things first, acknowledge. First things first is figure out, is there a moment like that you may want to go back and say what you really wanted to say. And then two, just reflect on it before you say it, and just make sure it's on the respectful side of things if it warrants that. But that's it, homies. Thanks for listening. I hope you appreciate everything that we're doing. I appreciate you guys for listening. I think we're up to 500 cities. We're at 499 cities, which is cool. So hopefully we can get that up to 500. Don't forget to share, like, comment, review. We're on YouTube now. Follow on Instagram, Spiritual Hype Man, your Spiritual Hype Man. And that's it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Keep crushing, and don't forget, nothing changes until you do.